Hi everybody, well yesterday I bought a new mouse, the Logitech G305. Now in this video I'm going to quickly compare it to my Razer Orochi V2. So the reason I bought it just as a backup, but I wanted to test it out and share with you my opinion between the two because I was using the Orochi V2 for quite a long time now. Now there are some very big differences between the two, so it's important to note before you decide to buy any of these mouse if you're comparing the two. Now the last time I checked, the Logitech G305 cost around $35. I mean, as of the time making this video, actually on their website they show kind of a cut from $60 to $35. And as of the time making this video, the Orochi V2 costs $50. And it showed kind of list price $69.99, $70, but the price right now, as I'm seeing it, is $50. Yeah, so there's a gap. You get a cable, USB cable to connect both on one side the transmitter and the other side to USB-A type of connector to your PC. The mouse doesn't support Bluetooth, but it supports ultra-fast 1 millisecond response time. It uses advanced Hero optical sensor and provided 250-hour battery life. Yeah, so first of all, no USB-C here. All right, you can see you can connect it here, the transmitter. This is, by the way, 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. You can actually see it to the right here, 2.4 gigahertz. Now, basically, the transmitter is inside. You can just remove the plate, the bottom plate, and you can actually put the battery in. This works with one AA battery, which also comes included in the box. I'll show you opening in a moment. Basically, there's a switch. This is, by the way, no Bluetooth switch. It doesn't support Bluetooth. It's just a turn-off switch. So you can just turn it off. Now, in terms of how it feels okay. I mean, not too cheapy, not too premium. Feels good. But it is a heavy mouse. It weighs 90 grams. And just in comparison, the Orochi weighs 60 grams. Now, this is a big difference. Maybe not sounds like it, but basically the Logitech feels like kind of little weight, where the Orochi feels like it's kind of floating on my desk. Here you can see, by the way, the connector is actually inside the dongle. You can just take it out and just stuck it into the USB. You can use, of course, the cable or not, up to you. One of the big differences here, by the way, in favor of the Orochi, here you can see it's just a backplate, but in the Orochi, first of all, you can see it here, you can put either AA or AAA battery. You can actually remove the entire area of the mouse, the backplate. This is great for if you, for example, getting dust inside or dirt. You can actually just lift it up, clean it, and put it back. I can remember how many times I had a mouse that just stopped functioning well because dirt was inside. It was just sometimes impossible to clean it. Yeah, and I lifted up many times and didn't really impair the overall performance of the mouse. It works very well. Now keep in mind, when I'm talking about weight, this weight is without battery, alright? So you need to keep this in mind as well. And the thing is that if you're adding a battery like a AAA battery in the Orochi, it's going to be even lighter. Now, low weight mouse is not always better. In certain situations, because I can actually move the mouse so fast, it was a bit sometimes hard to be accurate, especially in first-person shooters. So of course I need to do many things like turning off the acceleration and maybe some playing around with the sensitivity to get it right. Even then I just felt sometimes that I need, the extra weight. This is why professional mice, for example, have the option to add weight. But for some people it can just work the other way around. However, when you move a mouse that's weighed a bit more, it can lead sometimes to fatigue, So this is, again, it depends on the game you're playing, depends on your hands, the weight, your ergonomics, and so on. Now, a great thing about the Orochi, it also supports both Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. So if you want something that is less heavy on the battery, maybe just want to use it for some office work and stuff, you can use the Bluetooth, which consume less power. And this is of course good if you're just using your laptop, for example, on the go without being connected to an electric outlet. Now also, when we talk about maximum DPI, you can see that the Orochi V2 has a significantly higher maximum DPI of 18K compared to 12K. Now regarding size, it's not a huge difference, but it is significant when you hold it in your hand. It also depends on your hands. For smaller hands, the Orochi will probably be better for you. For larger hands, the Logitech. However, it depends. Some people, prefer claw grip, and this is where I think the Orochi will be better in that aspect. Whether if you enjoy palm grip better, I think the Logitech will be better in that aspect. Again, depends on the ergonomics, depends on the hand size. Maybe for certain games you prefer one, for another game you prefer the other. Now, I had a really annoying problem with the Orochi because the way I actually put my hands, the fingers' weight are actually more towards the front, whether with the Logitech, again, it kind of holds the palm, so my fingers are kind of floating. So the Orochi at the beginning, I just always click the button unintentionally because it's just, the finger is just pushing down on the click and it wasn't kind of strong enough to really hold it. And it happened quite a lot at the beginning. Over time, I just adjusted, it didn't happen again. Also with the Logitech, you feel kind of the hands, the back of your hand, of your palm of your hand, it kind of not is resting more on the mouse rather than on your desk, whether with the Orochi, your hands is on your desk compared to over the mouse in many situations where you hold it. So it feels more comfortable, less fatiguing using the Logitech in that aspect compared to the Orochi. It's not a huge difference, but you feel it. Now, I did remember, of course, how it was even at the beginning, and I still think that when it comes to the bottom, the rubber, the way it slides on the desk, I think the Logitech is just smoother compared to the Orochi V2. So basically, the Logitech will be more smoothly moving on your desk compared to the Orochi. Again, it's not a huge difference, but you're gonna feel it. Now, in terms of the mouse wheel, it actually smoothly glides. It makes a bit of sound, but it's not really, it doesn't make a crackling sound, some of the annoying mice out there. And it's pretty smooth and kind of similar to both mice, so there isn't a big difference in that aspect. You can change the DPI, by the way, by just pressing the button. Both of them have a middle top button you can actually press, and two other buttons that you can press as well, which are, I think, fairly placed well ergonomic-wise. The other thing is also battery life. This is a significant difference. Look at that. With Bluetooth, you get 1950 hours with the included AA battery compared to 250 hours with AA battery on the G305. Although if you use the 2.4 GHz, you're going to get 425 hours. Also really great. So of course, Resolve Me. Now, in terms of software, I didn't dive deep into it, but it seems more or less the same with macro options and assigning specific functionality to different keys. So overall, I think if you're looking for a light mouse and also you're looking for something small, especially if you're playing with claw grip, this is definitely a fantastic mouse. However, if you don't really care too much about battery life, or you want something that is better for large hands, and you actually prefer something that has more weight to it, I think the Logitech can be a very good choice. Both of them, by the way, can save a profile into the memory on the mouse itself, not relying on software. I mean, once you save it, you can just even uninstall the software and it will be remembered. And overall, if you want my opinion, I think for large hands and for me personally, the Logitech G305 is more comfortable. And this is because I just feel that it supports the rest of my hand on top of it better compared to the Orochi. Now, because I'm not into maximizing my performance in first-person shooters and something like that, nor I'm eSport player, some things are really not important for me. So still, the Logitech G305 can give you very good performance and very comfortable, especially with large hands. But again, remember, longer battery life, especially when you're on the go and not connected to electric outlet with your laptop, for example. The fact you can easily clean it by just moving the plate entirely with the Orochi, it's just a big difference. Sometimes mouse just, you lose the mouse, because you can't clean it properly. So this is very useful. Yes, overall, my pick will be, in terms of comfort, the Logitech, but for everything else, it's going to be the Orochi, to be honest with you. I also think that the Orochi will be better for competitive play, but again, I'm not into it that much to really give you a good answer for that. Yeah, that's my opinion between the two. Do your own choices, find the one that better fits your preferred way to play, ergonomic-wise, or performance of the mouse. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Give a like and subscribe if you find this one useful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.